I have a tattoo. I have piercings other than simply earrings. Can you tell? Does the fact that I have a tattoo and body modifications make me less qualified for a job? If it was in fact visible, would you or society in general think of me as less of a person or even as a worker? Does my tattoo and piercings make you feel frightened, scared, or uncomfortable? Do I look scary? Now that I've given you some questions to think about, let me show you the actual facts about discrimination about body modifications and tattoos in the workplace. In the overall population in the US, a large 15 to 25% of people have at least one tattoo. In the age ranges of 30 to 45, 32% of people have tattoos, and 40% of people in the ages of 18 to 25 have tattoos. These people are often discriminated against for a job despite the large percent of people that have tattoos and the fact that they're becoming more of a cultural norm. Shockingly, in a survey of 2,700 people, a large 76% felt that having a tattoo hurts their chances of getting a job. The same survey showed that in the Midwest, 46% think that tattoos are inappropriate in the workplace. When looking for a job, 23% considered the tattoo policy when applying, and employers responded differently when asked about hiring someone with a tattoo, as this graph shows on the second slide. How is discriminating against a tattoo different from discriminating against the color of someone's skin? You're still doing the same thing. It's the same concept, just different matter. My mom, who has been in the professional workforce since she has graduated from college, currently works at Hospira in Lake Forest, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. Recently, I interviewed her about her opinion on tattoos in the workplace. When asked about the policy at her work, she explained that it doesn't really matter if it's hidden. It's really nobody's business. But if it is indeed visible, it might not be a problem at their home-based office, but a manager may suggest to hide the tattoo when visiting a customer at a hospital. When asked her opinion about tattoos, she replied, I think that very large visible tattoos in the workplace might not be 100% accepted in today's society, but there's a lot more tattoos now and it's becoming accepted as a style expression. It may also become more accepted in the workplace over time. I don't think a corporation can have a policy against tattoos since that would be discrimination. The same way it would be discrimination against people with piercings, and discrimination in the workforce is illegal. I suggested a scenario for my mom to evaluate. Imagine a person goes in for an interview and is judged or is turned away for the interview because of their tattoos. Is that still okay, or is it discrimination? Situations like this happen every day in the workplace. Her response was, I don't think that these days corporations should discriminate and eliminate candidates because they have tattoos. It shouldn't hurt your chance of getting a job and doesn't make your skills any less valuable. To show an example of my mom's comments, Matt Taylor is an excellent scientist at the European Space Agency and recently landed a spacecraft on a comet. He is covered from head to toe in tattoos, and he has to hide them. He had to hide them because he was scared of what his company would think. This supports my mom's comments on corporations asking employees to cover them up. That's what they wanted him to do. However, Matt's tattoos are now talked about openly because of the beautiful art that he has covering his body. And the space agency has become more accepting with allowing him to show them. This shows that even though someone who has a tattoo, it does not make them any less qualified for their job in their case. And in Matt's case, he can literally do things out of this world. In opposed to all of the statistics and my mom's interview, people do feel that tattoos in the workplace are wrong. Employers often believe that if a tattoo is offensive or in support of something they disagree with, for example, if you have a team's logo and they're a fan of the team's biggest rival, it reflects on the personality of the person. If a person walked into an interview This may be an extreme example, but bear with me here. The guy with the swastika on his forehead, in theory, could be more qualified for this job than your average Joe with no tattoos. Discrimination against tattoos in the workplace is wrong and should not continue. No one's chances should be hurt when getting a job simply because someone is going to judge them based on their decisions, not based on qualifications.